Okay, welcome back everybody to Magnolia on Money. This is our weekly market report. So let's talk about last week. Last week we had a little bit of a pullback. The S&P was down roughly 1.2%. NASDAQ off about 2.6. So what caused this? A couple of things. Number one, a new strain of the virus brought fear to the market, how that's going to affect the economy. Will there be any more mandates that could come out from that? So that brought fear back into the market. Also, Jerome Powell warned us of inflationary risk and indicated that the Fed is going to continue to taper on its bond purchasing, which is about $15 billion a month is their tapering, what they're tapering down per month. So one thing to be aware of, they're talking about tapering. So this is just bringing us back to kind of neutral. This is not a tightening of the Fed. They're not trying to tighten on the economy to slow things down. They're just bringing everything back, hopefully, to neutral from their perspective. So a lot of people ask, yeah, they're starting to tighten. No, they're not tightening yet. They're just tapering back to where, almost to a neutral position. So those are a couple of things that came out last week that probably put a little bit of pressure on the market and why we saw some pullback there. We're also starting to believe that inflation may settle in at a higher rate than we were pre-pandemic. So we're hoping that, we were really hoping that our inflationary pressure was more transitory. You've heard that word a lot, transitory, that it's going to come in and then leave us fairly quickly. It's really starting to settle in. It is easing a little bit, but we do think that when it does settle in at its range where it's going to be, that it'll probably be higher than it was before the pandemic. Those are things we really should keep in mind. But we still see, positive economic momentum. Consumer spending is still good. Talked about that last week. Record number of job openings. So all these things are really good for the economy. And as of midday on Tuesday, I'm cutting this almost right at lunch. The market has rallied and made up for what we lost last week. So that's good news. This week, we're going to look for a few things that are going to be really important as it comes to inflation. Number one, U.S. and China consumer price index information is coming out. Now, so consumer price index is an inflation measure. So we'll have that will come out this week. Also, U.S. and China trade data should be out this week as well. Take a look at that and see what happens. That's all I have for you this week. Y'all tune in. I'll make these really quick every week, just give you a little bit of information. And as I keep getting reminded from my children that Christmas is about 2 weeks away, which is unbelievable that we're already here. But that's going to give us a little bit of information as to does this consumer spending, does it go all the way through the holiday season? Does this propel us into 2022 with good news, good data, continued spending, and a healthy economy? We'll see. We'll stay on top of it. Y'all have a great week. God bless you, and we'll see you here about this time next week.